Mill.
And she was kind of an ice princess.
But maybe the movie was supposed to make you pissed off and feel this way.
But I feel like, it's
Yeah,
to an
that's
extent,
a good point. That's a good point.
Especially the thing at the end. But I was just like, my mom, she wanted to get out the theater as soon as that shit happened with the when they got to the strip part. You saw it, Pete.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw that coming 30 minutes ago. I was like, watch.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't going to make. I knew in that instance that wasn't going to work out. I was like, wait, that? See, I don't want to give out spoilers, but it's like,
let's talk about sports now.
nah, bro. Certain movies, I'm like, yeah, I see how this is going.
But thank you guys for the Jameson. I'm gonna drink it probably tonight.
Thank you, Pete, for the Jameson.
Oh, thank you,
Pete. Got that
but I know it's probably a collective thought, maybe.
Nah, it really wasn't this time. Normally it is this time.
Did you eat my chocolate?
If I get my 450,
did you eat my chocolate football?
If I get my 450, then
now it's your
chocolate football.
Get the fuck out of
here.
It's mine.
Yeah,
y'all were trying to force it down my throat. Now it can't be
we
mine.
were trying to give you a birthday gift. You shunned me in front of my mom. Like, my mom was like, "Why did she take the football?" Like, I was trying to be nice to her.
No, like, guys, literally, we were so drunk that day. We ended up getting 4 Locos and smoking.
That's a lot, bro.
Chocolate.
And we walked all the way from Jefferson to Slauson because we didn't want to pay for Uber. We were so cheap. So we were like just drunk.
What is wrong with you?
Drunk as fuck having an adventure. So I would have been, that chocolate would have melted by then. It would have been like under my arm, cracked out.
You could have ate it. I mean, on the way, but yeah,
you probably could have traded it for a ride home. Though.
You could have bartered that chocolate.
No, that's how you get snatched up.
You could have at least got a ride on the golf cart. Like, come on.
I'm saying,
it was fun that day, though.
It was, indeed, it was, and even the conversations after when we went off the air.
All right, so on that note, let's get to the topic of the week.
But yeah,
what is it, Kenny?
Yeah, I just want to repeat again, it wasn't a bad film because the cinematography, like I'm getting that soundtrack. I'm sorry, but that soundtrack was fucking amazing. But anyway, LAMAR Jackson.
LAMAR Jackson
leading the league in touchdown passes, 25 to be exact. LAMAR Jackson, that's the tweet. So, he killed off the vaunted San Francisco 49ers defense. I started Patrick Mahomes in fantasy over him, and I regret it because I lost. I am the greatest. I'm just really mad about that. But anyway, LAMAR Jackson had 16 carries, 101 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, for 100 yards against the Niners defense, but no one really passes well against the Niners defense, and secured the victory for the Baltimore Ravens. And RG3 after the game pretty much put his hand right in Kyle Shanahan's chest and then shook it. And that I thought was like top 5 pettiest moments. Like that was one of the greatest full circle vengeance, not even vengeance, just full circle moments ever.
Man, so I was watching that game. Well, I wasn't watching that game, but I came across that game live, and that fumble,
Justin Tucker,
that fumble, his first fumble of the year, which was caused by Richard Sherman. Like, it's amazing to me that like that is his first fumble because like honestly, he shouldn't have even fumbled there. Like
his first lost fumble.
Yeah, he shouldn't have fumbled there because the thing was like he was running and his receiver was blocking, but he cut inside where all the pursuit was coming. If he would have cut outside, nobody was going to get him. One, he might have gotten pushed out of bounds, but the ball was in his left hand. So if he cuts outside, the ball is protected by the sideline and on the outside. But because he cut inside, Sherman was able to put his hand on the ball right there, knock it out, and it was already raining. So it was like honestly, like that was a big play, but that could have easily not have been a big play. And when he came off the sideline, he owned it and was like, "That's on me." Like, and all his teammates were like, "It doesn't matter. We ride with you either way."
And then you have, by the way, you can't spell leg. You can't spell leg. You can't spell leg. No, fuck. It's backwards. You can't spell legend without leg. And, Justin Tucker, statistically the greatest kicker of all time.
But the other issue that came from that game was Tim Ryan during the broadcast essentially said Lamar Jackson
verbatim said pretty much
Lamar Jackson is able to
have such good run fakes and disguise the ball
because of his skin color.
Because it's the color.
Because it matches the ball, which is dumb as fuck.
And yet he didn't get fired for it.
He caught a suspension, but ultimately,
racist white people don't get fired; they get transferred. Fact of life. Don Imus is still in radio.
But yeah, it sucks that after all the black quarterbacks we've had like for so long that we're still having to fight so much of this stereotypes and for what it's worth,
just racist ass rhetoric.
For what it's worth, a lot of people who have worked with him have said that he's not racist, but what he said was racist for sure.
Okay,
so
we're gonna do this again.
What do you mean?
Like that? Oh, he's not racist. He probably has a black friend. He said was racist, but he's not racist. You felt real comfortable enough to say something that racist on airwaves, which lends to tell me you've probably said something either just as racist or more racist behind the scenes when no other black people were around.
Well,
like,
there's definitely...
As a black person, like, I'm offended.
There's definitely, like, yes, he's definitely had those thoughts and has probably said it, like you said, but for what it's worth, people who've worked with him who are black have said that he's helped them and he's not racist. So...
Okay.
It is what it is.
That makes it okay. It's cool. I'm just saying. Like,
I'm not saying it makes it okay. I'm just giving you context.
I remember when Rob Parker said like that RJ3 wasn't really a brother, and he got fired for it.
Well,
all he said was he's not black enough.
But that's different.
But all
you're talking about Disney versus the 49ers. Like
no, but I get what you're saying. But
it's different, and it's also like.
But a black dude said that. Like, imagine if a white dude said that on ESPN. Other than, like, Jay Moriarty, that's the last dude, the big person. And then, what's his face? Adam James' father, but everybody hated Craig James. Like, I can't think of a white dude saying something that racist. Like, that but made it to TV and airwaves, regardless of what company he worked for.
But what I'm telling you, telling you is the context of it. Like I said, it's the 49ers versus Disney, so it's a much smaller platform. One,
but it's still
two,
racist.
It's a much different kind of brand, and three, all right, the toilet's out of commission. Update: breaking news: the toilet is still not.
Oh, that's
under commission.
Gunnels broke. Gunnels broke the toilet. Still broken. Thank you, Mark Gunnels.
Live from the Good News Wire.
Somebody clogged the toilet.
The toilet is not good.
Mark Gunnels broke the toilet. It is not good. It is not a good news weekend. But yeah, like that he doesn't get fired for saying that is wrong.
And the second thing is, like I said, people have come to his aid and spoke to his reputation. So for what it's worth, it is what it is.
So does he get a pass now? Like, if he says something like that again, what's going to happen?
He definitely should get fired. 100% should get fired.
I think you should be fired for saying that. Like, you don't get... First off, if you just take out Lamar Jackson and say, like, what's his face?
Okay, but you say problematic shit on the airwaves all the time. And this man has been working in radio for 25 years, and he says something stupid. He should know better. Racist? Yeah, exactly. He should know better.
Like, holy shit.
He should know better. But at the same time, like, it's 25. People are speaking to his 25 years of radio. So, who are we?
Stop talking about black quarterbacks.
Who are we to say?
Is he getting sensitivity training?
Who are we to say otherwise? That's all I'm saying. Is who are we to say otherwise?
Cool. I just know if roles were reversed, his black ass would have got fired. Because I've seen it too many times in media where a black dude says something on there that maybe pissed off his bosses. Boop, got demoted.
Stephen A says shit all the time.
He got demoted. No, but remember when he had his own show when he started?
Jason Whitlock says shit all the time. He hasn't got fired.
Who?
Jason Whitlock.
Do I need to like remind you that Jason
Nick
Whitlock?
Wright? There's plenty of people who say dumbass, inflammatory, problematic shit on the airwaves.
Pretty blatant.
For sure, I'm not defending it. What he said was definitely racist. Kind of
are when
no,
I'm
not. I'm not. I'm telling you the full story and the full context and the perspective of what's going on.
I heard it. I read the story. I heard I heard everybody speak on his behalf, but it's like, bro, maybe you shouldn't really be on games the rest of the year. You can work, like, you can be in there. Maybe you should just take some time off. I would have given him more than a week, is what I'm really saying. For something, an offense like that.
But what does that do? Like,
you can come back during the playoffs.
That's the whole take a teacher and push them through another part in the district type of shit. That's take the priest and move him in the archdiocese. Like, at the end of the day, he said what he said.
I gotta take a shot.
He can't take it back. He can't take it back. So running from it, hiding him is not what's good. Put him on the airwaves. Let the viewership take the hit. If people are really outraged, spam the fuck out of him. Tweet him. Like, the universe has a way of working itself out,
I guess.
So
I just, you know what? I'm not gonna take out all my rage on this one dude.
That's what you're doing. You're being the judge and the jury. Exactly.
Can you making a breakthrough right now
on the fucking airwaves?
I prefer to be the executioner.
Shit.
I prefer to be executioner because I know we don't live in a fair world.
Breakthrough new you.
I guess you can call it that, but I just personally, I think somebody just needs to smack the shit out of him. That's what I really like. Don't even fire him. Just like lock him in a room with like a couple of black inmates. And just have them say that shit. I just want people who say shit like that, racist shit like that, to say it to the right black person, so you can get your ass knocked out.
They do that purposefully though, because they know that certain black people. Like, I remember ranting about that. Like, why don't the Ku Klux Klan rally in the hood? Like, why don't you go to why don't you go to the places that you don't like and rally? Why do you rally at places that you feel safe?
Because then that's not a rally. It's a.
So he felt safe enough to say some really racist shit on the air.
It's an act of enticing violence.
So what you're saying is he felt safe enough to say some racist shit on the air and knew he'd be protected by his black coworkers? Because that's what the narrative looks like.
No, that's a reach.
I mean, how is it not? He said it, and it came smooth off his lips.
But he didn't say it with the intent of like, oh, I'm going to get a pass.
You can't defend his intent, which is what you're doing right now. You can only judge the malicious act.
You also can't judge his intent either. Like,
but I'm saying
you can't say his intent was malicious when you don't know him and you don't know him.
My roommate, he's a Niners fan. We were talking about that. He was like, I mean, it's fucked up he said that, but he's not lying, which is like low key, like.
Never mind. Holy shit, sir. Wow.
Y'all fucked up.
But he's black.
The jersey is actually black.
But he's black.
The jersey's actually the color black. He is a dark brown, okay?
He is like my complexion. Slightly
darker than you and ashier than you, which is amazing.
Wow, that was racist. He's ashy. When you see ash on his knuckles, bro?
I've seen ash on his shins.
I've seen ash on you.
I've seen ash on his shins.
That's paint from like from honestly, that's paint probably from him sliding. By the way, you would think all these quarterbacks like Josh Allen, since we're on just athletic quarterbacks who can throw, I'm going to give us, not a retraction, but I'm going to say, you know what? I was hard on Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. And I honestly thought he sucks. But somehow they've built a system around him, kind of like they built a system around Cam Newton in his prime. With what they're doing in Buffalo.
Kind of like they built a system around Tyrod Taylor till they threw him away.
No, Tyrod Taylor was actually running a system and was... Bro, he was getting yards whenever he wanted to. His mentality is not... If Tyrod Taylor had LAMAR Jackson's running mentality... Tyrod Taylor
was definitely a system QB.
With excellent athleticism.
Excellent? Good.
He ran 4.4, bro.
Good. That's not excellent.
And he has a rocket for an arm.
That's not excellent. That's
good. Can you run 4.4?
No. That's good. But I'm not in the scale...
Since when... Hold on, wait.
I'm not in the scale of...
I get that all these athletes and all these quarterbacks are like...
Excellent is 4.3. That's excellent.
Oh, you're okay. That's not fair. 4.4 is excellent for a quarterback.
4.4 is very good.
Helps receivers who can't run 4.4.
A-.
It's running back. By the way, shout out to Frank Gore, who's third all time